Hi, welcome. This will be a reading for whoever needs it today. This reading is for those who are looking for a miracle. They are looking to be free of a situation that they're in. They've been working really, really hard, and the results have not come in the physical plane just yet. You're just on the edge of breaking down, and you need hope to keep pushing on a little further. That's who I'm being guided to do this reading for. So I have a lot of different cards with me today to find out what it is you're dealing with, what it is Spirit wants to tell you, what it is your angels want to tell you, because I just want you to know that they're with you right now. And they wouldn't be if they weren't speaking to me so strongly. Meaning, I know that they are, because I wouldn't be so drawn to give you this message if that weren't the case, if you weren't truly heavenly protected. It's just that you are going through a situation that is very difficult at the moment, and you're right on the edge of massive change and breakthrough, I truly feel, but you have to keep continuing on, and that's what Spirit is asking you to do, and that's what Spirit is asking me to deliver your message. So we already have one card. I'd quickly like to say, if you enjoy my style, you can always book a reading with me so that we can go over the details of your own life together. I offer 2 different kinds, and you can email me about that. It will be in the About section. First card we have is the 9 of Pentacles. So you're coming through as abundant, as self-sufficient, as strong, entrepreneurial, single parent. That's what I'm feeling. It's someone who's taking care of business, taking care of themselves. And in doing so, they have this huge garden that they've cultivated here. And so that's how you're coming through. No matter if it's really how things are in your external world right now, this is how you're coming through. And this is how I know that you're very, very, very close to a breakthrough, and you have to keep continuing on. Okay? Nine of Swords. Sorrow, despair, staying up at night, worrying about how you're going to pay your bills, worrying about the finances, about what to do, how to get out of this, how to pull this off. Is the business going to work out? Is the job going to come through? Are your health concerns going to be solved? You know, it's difficult things. It's difficult situations that I can't even name, because you'll know what it is for you. But it's difficult things. It's feeling a lot with the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. 2 nines, 2 things. 1, 9 of Pentacles. This could have to do with finances, and that's what I'm feeling very strongly. Some of you who are, I just heard financial burden. You're dealing with a financial burden situation, and you're praying to God that it can be solved. And what I'm seeing is that it will be. We'll try to figure out the details of that, or what it is that you need to do in order for Spirit to help you with that. 9 of Swords, though. The 2 nines, what I know is that you are very close to the end of the cycle. You know, the 10 completes this. The 9 just precedes the 10, and you are so close. You are almost there. I can feel it, and it's showing itself in the cards for your confirmation. There's a lot of beautiful angelic energy here right now. 5 of Wands. Some sort of conflict, and another card flipped. I think it's going to be the 4 of Pentacles. Oh my God, no. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. And what? The Queen of Cups. So we have the 5 of Wands, and then the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. The 5 of Wands, truly what I feel with that 5 of Wands, sure, it can be inner turmoil, conflict from within, but honestly, what I'm feeling is like people around you who are talking down, people around you who are doubting you, and that's getting into your head. Look, I'm not saying that we don't need to be realistic and at some point look at the facts. Fess up to how we fucked up. I'm not saying that, but I'm telling you, if this is for you, that's not what's going on. If anything, it's that you really believe in something, you really believe you're meant for a change, and you're trying so hard to make it happen. And since you're so close, there's like these little naysayers in your ear trying to get you off the path, trying to convince you that you must have imagined all of this. It's been an illusion the whole time. I see that affecting you, and it's affecting your finances as a result. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, these two coming out together. What's so great about that is that someone is being rewarded for doing what they felt was right. The Queen of Cups coming through, sure, other queens like Queen of Wands, passion, Queen of Pentacles, work, and material things. Queen of Swords, facts. Queen of Cups, feeling. You've done something you felt was right, you were drawn to do because it's just what felt right, and you're being rewarded for that. It's something that you feel deep down you're meant to do. And for a lot of you, in some way, this helps other people, whether that's because the actual job that you're doing helps other people, or it's because you're being able to be self-sufficient helps other people in turn. If we are well, then we have more to be able to give to others around us and to the world at large because we are taken care of, right? So I'm seeing it's a super divine gift here. I'm seeing that for you. Part of the reason it's going to work out for you is because what I just said about being well and being able to give to others. So I want to try to look into what is stopping you from getting to that 10. We're from the 9 to the 10. We're right on the edge. You're right on the precipice and you're almost there. Something's about to work out for you. I feel it. You need hope and you need prayer to get through it to the next phase. It feels like being tested, and it's not like other tests you've been through. It's not like other tests you've been through, like other karmic lessons, karmic cycles, recognizing patterns. It's not that. This is you being tested on if you believe in you. Do you believe in you deep down? When you feel that negativity coming on, when you feel that in your mind coming on, you shift your energy back to center and you say, no, I am meant for this. I am meant for better. I am meant to change. I'm not going back to those old ways. I'm continuing on this path. And you'll know if this applies because it's a feeling you have in your gut, but the energy, the alignment energy, it radiates outward. It's kind of like, it's like a golden feeling. And interesting. It's kind of like, I guess, I don't know that I've ever used a tuning fork, but it's kind of like, I feel like a tuning fork and it hitting and it's getting just that right resonance. It's hitting that perfect resonance. And it's like when you do it just right, that's that feeling I'm getting being generated from inside of you. Excuse me, my nose itches when I channel and it's getting very itchy. Whew. Okay, there's beautiful light coming through in the room right now. Maybe someone just needs that as a confirmation. It was very rainy, very windy, and then I started this reading and things are shifting even as we speak. And I'm not literally implying that our energy in doing this reading is doing that, but it's just the external is reflecting what we're going through internally together in this reading, doing the reading. Queen of Swords. Look, she came out as we were speaking about her. For me, what that feels like, I'm so sorry. I'm extra in tune with you today. It's kind of embarrassing. The Queen of Swords, truly what I feel is one, alignment, two, that feeling of cutting out those negative thoughts as soon as they come in. It's using that sort of logic and of precision to block it out. When someone puts you down or makes judgmental remarks, questions you, questions your ability, questions your plans, and it's not for your highest and greatest good. It's not out of love. It's out of either fear or jealousy or their own shit. It has nothing to do with you or your success. It's coming from them. This is what you do. You cut that shit out. You cut it out. You let it just roll right off of you. And even if you didn't have the most appropriate response in the moment, or you kind of moved away from that center position, or you said something self-deprecating in order to appease them, just because that's like your old way, right? You put yourself down. Forget it. Move on. Okay? Move on. We're going to clear this out. Let's get some, I have a lot of cards for you. I want to do a major arcana here. What do they need to know? I need a miracle. If you need a miracle, you are in the right place. We're trying to figure it out for you. And maybe the miracle is just hearing this, and it's just reminding yourself of who you are and going back into the world, getting back to work and doing it. And this is not like grind culture, hustle culture, although you do put in the hours, you do put in the work, and that is badass. This is alignment. This is not doing something, kill yourself over something because of, some sort of external praise. This is from within, and you'll feel it. You'll know it'll be different. Even if you've worked your ass off for something else, you're going to know this is different because it feels different. It feels right. And it's affecting people outside of you. That's how you're going to know. And that's why your angels are helping you to just get through it. And because whatever it is feels pretty big for you, feels like a really big accomplishment for you, I think that's why it's so difficult to get to this next phase, because the amount of deprogramming in your mind, the values that you learned or you were told or you told yourself about yourself, it's like, it's not just success in whatever this is. It's eradicating the negativity from your entire past life, right? The past of this life is what I mean. It's eradicating the negativity that's attached to you because of negative thoughts. What was it? Did it flip? Strength. I have chills. I really do. I have chills. Even before I saw what card this was, just seeing this this figure in white with the gold headdress, it gave me chills. It felt very, very powerful. There's something up with my light, and I apologize about that. I'll work on that. Strength. Do you feel that deep from within? That golden light? That golden color? She, they, whoever, this figure is closing the mouth of this lion. And for me, that feels like you shutting down that voice in your head. That voice that might not even be yours. Or if it is, it's very cruel. It's very self-deprecating. And also, interesting, not to drag anyone. Been there, done that though. It's kind of self-effacing, and it's sort of escapist, because, right, if you can't accomplish anything, if you can't do it, if you fail, if you're a loser, then guess what? You don't have to try, do you? If you tell yourself those things, you don't have to keep trying. You can give up. But if you've done that, it doesn't work. There's no satisfaction in it. This is asking you to push through this time. Maybe there are times you've been very, very, very close to greatness. I'm feeling that you have been. You've been very, very, very close. And when you look back, you can see how close you were. But for whatever reason, whatever self-doubt, it prevented you from getting to the next step. Only you prevented you. And maybe it's because it wasn't meant for you, at that time at least. Or maybe it's because you really doubted that you could pull it off. You are very strong, and you are very wise, and you are very capable. They just want me to tell you that. In this card, there's a symbol from Mars, which is interesting because the Strength card is, generally associated with the sun. But in this Strength card, there is a symbol from Mars. There's a lot going on with a conjunction between Mars and Venus, if you're catching this in real time. If not, let it fly, right? But Mars energy. I'm getting also first house energy, Aries energy. It's about, in that high vibed way, that forward movement, that progress, but combined with sort of logic and feeling, it's going to create this beautiful combination of forward movement for you. As soon as you quiet these thoughts here, with this lion. It could also be behaviors. I just got for some of you, it might not be thoughts, although it's linked. It's behaviors. It's like self-effacing behaviors or behaviors that you do that are not good for you, and you know that, but you keep doing them. It's like being in a cycle. It's escaping that cycle. And as I said, this is still different from other lessons you've dealt with, but it's a behavioral thing. So it's like canceling your appointments or something like that when you had someone booked. If you had a client booked and then you cancel, and it's because truly a fear from within you. It's something like that. That sort of behavior, just as an example. Or going back to a partner who is not good for you because they want to keep you as theirs, and your dependence on them is not doing you any favors because you are meant for this. I'm going to move along. Do we want some more tarot cards now? Or some more oracle messages? Tarot, oracle. Okay. What do they need to know, Spirit, for the best and highest good? How can we help them get to this next stage, this next step? How can I convince them that I know if they just keep pushing through, it's going to work out? 5 of Rods and the 3 of Pentacles. We'll put a little Strength card over here. And this over here. 5 of Rods, 3 of Pentacles. Just working hard. 3 of Pentacles, usually interesting. I know I needed this deck for a reason. It's this card. The 3 of Pentacles usually depicts 3 people, but guess what? In this one, it depicts 1 figure. Do you see that? And what I feel is that this figure has an audience, like outside of just outside of the frame of this card, there's a huge audience. Instead of the traditional 3 figures kind of like in the basement working on something, and it's like the teacher and the apprentice kind of thing. This is just you and then the world watching you in some way. 5 of Rods. The way that these 5 of Rods figures are there's these funny expressions on their face. It's sort of like the people that doubted you being dumbfounded by the fact that you pull this off. That's how it feels. And it stops them in their tracks. They put down the wands. You're no longer dealing with that negativity and conflict. Not to say more won't come when you find even further success. I'm just saying that like those initial ones, those doubters, it stops them in their tracks. That's really nice. And it's inspiring to see you working really hard on something you care about, you're aligned with, and then it working out for you. Maybe even though it was difficult to hear those things, it's actually in service to some of those people because they see that you did it, you pulled it off. And that's a beautiful thing. It's not to say it's your job to cater to them. I'm just saying that Spirit is letting you know that you actually end up kind of helping them too. So that's nice. Okay, angel message they want. We're really jumping between things today, but I know it's because there's just so much going on. And someone really needs to hear this message, so I'm going to go ahead and upload it right away because I don't want you to have to wait on this one. Sometimes you just get those, right? Where you have that calling and you need to answer it and get that message out. And that's how I feel right now. Forgive me, I'm having allergies, I think, and my eye is driving me insane. And so if there's something about my right eye, let me know what it is. I don't know if there's like a spiritual meaning of that. Sometimes we just have an itchy eye. I'm just saying. It feels like I had to say it for a reason. Oh, beautiful. I knew you needed these angel healing cards. Ah, Beautiful. Okay, dreams. Do you see this? Look at that. It's about your dreams. It's about what it is you want. That's what this whole reading is about. And also at the same time, I feel doubt here. And it's asking you not to doubt. That's that shift into alignment. It's the doubt. How can they overcome doubt? Spirit. Give me just a moment. There's something in here I have to transmit to you. Pay attention to your dreams right now. Okay. All right. It's about messages that your higher self and your angels are trying to tell you. That's what this is about. I'm getting someone dreaming of like natural disasters. And it's not to say it's not prophecy. I'm just saying there's something coming up with this card for me and me connecting with you. You're dreaming about natural disasters, and it's anxiety dreams. And it's about like total destruction of you and yourself. And it's fear that like whatever you're trying to do is not going to work out. And it's like it will end in total obliteration. That's what your dreams are about. And so if so, I'm really connecting with you. And if that's the case, before you go to sleep, maybe just pray in whatever way you're comfortable with and ask to have peaceful dreams that night. You know, sometimes we need to have these like prophetic things, or we need to have these difficult things. It's our psyche working things out, right? But sometimes you really need a good night's sleep and some peaceful dreams, and you can ask for that. We also got healing. So healing whatever it is you've been through, you're going through. It's also something like the work that you're doing, whatever, you know, higher calling work that you're doing, it's helping to heal you and others because of that. In that same way that if you're financially well, if you're just well in yourself, that you can give to others, it's kind of like that. That's what this healing is like your work is healing yourself in some way. It's also about listening to your body. So maybe it's that you had to change up your career because some issues with your physical health, and whatever it is that you're more truly soul guided to is helping to heal your physical body and that of others just by your calming presence, just by your healed presence. And you'll know if this applies, it's going to make sense to you. It will make sense to you. Healing. Beautiful pink and blue colors in each of these. And then new love. I have to be very honest with you. I'm feeling new love in the sense of like falling in love with what it is you do. It's not to say it might not have to do with love, but if you're interested in love, I did just post a love reading. Go check that out instead. This is not about romantic love right now. Although there may, for some of you, be a partner that helps to propel this dream further forward down the line. This is about falling in love with what it is you do even further. And I think it's like once you hit a little bit more success, that allows you to take that fear out of what you're doing, to take that anxiety and that doubt out of what you're doing. And it lets you fall in love with it even more. So if you're doing something you do love and care about, but like there's a lot of fear or anxiety around it, that could be coming through. And it's that you're going to be in a little bit of a different energy once you just hit a little bit more success with what it is, or you get that call you need to hear, or you get that job position. It's kind of like it lightens you up a bit in a really beautiful way. The angels and spirit are also telling me to explain to you that it's possible to do this preemptively. Like, it's really scary, and I'm not at all trying to take away from whatever very real issues you're dealing with. But that idea of acting as if, like, this is the last month of money you have, or I'm really connecting with someone who's in that situation, and I feel panicked for you, and I feel like I wish I knew how to help you. But like, if that's a very real thing for you, They're having me do this reading for you so I can explain to you that if you align to what it is you know you're meant to be doing and you act as if it has already worked out, it's sort of like there's a shift in your energy that really comes through and helps move it forward. And I know that's so scary, and I don't even feel qualified to give that sort of advice, but I'm just trying to channel to you what I'm getting. It's like falling in love with your life. It's falling in love with your life right now. That's what it is. They want me to give you one more, please. Can we have one more angel message for those who need to hear it? Power. All right, that's a change and a shift from what we were dealing with, right? Power. Calling upon your own divine power and really letting that transmit through. Knowing that good people can have good things and things do work out for you and they will continue to. And because of that, you will be able to continue to help others with what it is they're dealing with. Do you see all this darkness behind her here? It's like acknowledging the very real facts of your life, of your situation, of your past, and also using it to generate something new, something fierce, something powerful. And with the angels, I'm really getting a lot of prayer, I just heard angelic confirmation. I'm not sure what that means, but a lot of prayer and a lot of asking for help. And maybe, interesting, I got this while I was meditating. Some of you are the kind of people who have been taught or told or have just learned due to your experiences not to ask for help. Because of negative experiences, you've learned you don't ask for help. This is teaching you to ask for help, and it's maybe just in a different way than expected. It's asking angelic guidance for help, or God, or whoever you're comfortable with personally. I do strongly feel angels in this reading, though. It's asking for help. And with the green, maybe it's Archangel Raphael. But healing and power. I'll go ahead and leave these right here. Okay, what else? One of these, one of these, one of these. I hope that this is comforting in some way. Just listening and seeing the cards, knowing that there are others in situations like yours and that you're connecting. I feel so strongly that I want to help. Okay, 3. I was thinking of 1, but let's do 3. Fulfillment, truth, and new beginnings. Oh my gosh. Look at this truth card. The reason this truth card came out is there is this sort of spirit figure, angelic figure here in the corner blowing these winds of change. It's like angelic, that like angel blowing the trumpet kind of feeling, judgment card, that sort of thing. Truth. The truth is that you're really meant for something. You're really meant for something, and ignoring what is going on around you is what's really important. Ooh, I'm losing the message. Give me just 1 second. It's like the winds of change here. And it's also, this is interesting. How do I transmit this without sounding like an asshole? Not to you, but to others. It's kind of like whatever it is you're meant to do or you're working on, the kind of people who are being negative towards you or doubting you, and it's not out of love, it's not out of concern, it's out of like pettiness, it's out of their own fear, anxiety, self-worth issues. It's kind of like those people are not meant for this kind of royalty I just heard. Like whatever it is you're getting to, they're just really not meant for it. They're like at this plane and you're a lot higher up. Interesting though, because it's not like people down here. It's like people here. That's really weird. I'm getting a lot of pressure in my head right now. Could be due to some storms, but it's kind of a difficult message to get out. But it's sort of like people at this level, either spiritually or something, you're above them. But it's not people who are completely unawakened. That's what's weird. So be aware of that. But the truth is that they're not meant for what it is you're meant for. And so it's kind of like, fuck them. Really. I mean, it's not to be mean. It's just to say, like, it really doesn't concern them at all. That's very interesting. Fulfillment. That fruit is so juicy and so ripe and so, like, well grown. You know? And there's this beautiful... Oh my gosh, I've never noticed this before, so this must be important for some reason. There's these little horses in the background. I just noticed a beautiful white horse, but there's actually 3 horses. It looks like a brown horse, a white horse, and a baby brown horse. And it's probably too hard to see, but there's something about that detail. Oh my. This has to do with your destiny. And I see those 2 horses as your parents and as you as the baby. It's like your parents coming together to sort of like give birth to you. And that was the most important task that they had. Perhaps your parents ended up splitting, or even if they didn't, it's just that their most important task was to give birth to you. I'm not saying the only important thing they did in their lives, but they're coming together. That's why they had to come together, is to give birth to you for some reason. Something about the lineages coming together, and it's like birthright. It's your fulfillment in this world. And it's like, because you're meant for something really great. Being drawn to this card, 4 of Pentacles. I'm being drawn to pick up these cards. What is that about? The moon and the 8 of rods. Something coming to you by the full moon. Actually, this moon is kind of a quarter moon, is it not? Between the quarter moon and the full moon. Ooh, did you hear that snap? We're like onto something. I can feel it. If you can feel it too, hey. Oh, and here there's an almost full moon in the background. And this new beginnings, it's sort of like, I'm just getting that the turnover is going to be so dramatic. It's going to be vast. It's going to be great. And it might be hard to believe, but this really does happen. It does happen in people's lives. It's like that. And they go from being in a really difficult place to feeling a lot better. And it's possible. And it's just asking you to please hold on for this new beginning. Do you see how all of these colors together in this card sort of make a rainbow? I was feeling the rainbow for you strongly. So I'm going to go ahead and include it, I think, in the thumbnail or something, because the rainbow is what I was channeling. And the rainbow, right, is like a spectrum of all colors. And it's also very healing. It's a miracle. The rainbow is a miracle. Spotting it in just the right moment. It takes like all of these little ingredients, right, to have a rainbow form. And that's how I feel that you are. With this message about the parents and then the angel kind of speaking the truth about what it is you're meant for versus the people who are detracting from your message, from you, from your experience, from your work. This tree really holds up in the wind. I forget what kind of tree this is, but I can just tell by looking at it. This tree really holds up in the wind, and it sort of shifts based on that. You have strong roots. You're very, very, very strong. And because of that, you're able to experience a lot of movement in your life. And you're meant for a lot of greatness. I do feel that. And it's going to vary based on each person, like what sort of greatness that is. But I guarantee you, whoever I'm reading for, you're going to be really great in whatever way that it is for you and for your community. I'm not feeling those. Give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and put these over here. That peach and the moon is so beautiful. And those horses, oh my gosh, there are 2 moons in this card. That's really weird. If for some reason, this is just a channeled message. If for some reason you identify with a binary star system, like either you have dreams of a place with 2 suns or something like that, this message is really for you. I'm getting a very bad headache, so I'm probably going to close this down in just a moment. I think that whatever intensity I just picked up on is a little much. Also, barometric pressure is a real thing. 4 of Swords. Okay. This 4 of Swords, I don't know if you know this. I didn't always know this. So I'm going to tell you because it's one of the most beautiful things in the tarot that I ever learned. And I carry this card around with me or just sat it on my desk for a long time when I was going through some tough times. The 4 of Swords, one of the meanings that we don't always talk about is that the reason this knight is here, lying here with 1 sword and 3 above him, is that he just got back from battle. And this knight is lying in his own coffin. Because, oftentimes coffins would be prepared because it was expected that we would lose many. This knight comes home, makes it through battle, and in reverence, in gratitude, in thanks, they get into this coffin and they pray. And they give thanks for the life that they have and for not being lost in the battle, in not being killed. And that's what the 4 of Swords means. For some of you, it's because you've been through really, really horrible things. And you'll catch yourself in this moment of gratitude and giving thanks for being here despite what it is that you had to go through. Knowing that if things were just slightly different, you wouldn't have made it in whatever way that applies for you. That's what I'm picking up. It's like it's a miracle that you're here. And acknowledging that, having reverence for it, and maybe even working it into what it is you do is kind of what helps things shift. This is really beautiful. I want to show you these cards one more time together because there's something very activating about these 3 cards together. The 4 of Swords, the Moon, and the 8 of Wands. I know that if you see it, you'll understand. It's a feeling that you get from it. It's very positive. And when I say that it will work out, I feel doubt even telling you that because I don't want to give anyone false hope. And I'm feeling someone thinking about readings that say, this is going to work out or this or that. I know, I get it, but energy is a thing. And it really does work out for some people and it can work out for you. It can. So having thanks for what it is you made it through. And trying to remove the doubt within yourself. Acknowledging how powerful and special and beautiful you are. I think that's what's going to help move it forward. And will put you in a light in order to receive all of these blessings coming towards you. They're just like waiting to land. And all you have to do is be ready for them. That's it. That's it. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I know that was a bit heavy, but it felt extremely important to get it out. And I hope that I really do hope that it helped. I don't want to give anyone false hope, but I know for a fact that sometimes miracles can happen and things really can work out. And it felt very important to let you know that it does. Okay. Many blessings, and until next time, take care.